Hello there, this video isn't mini disc related. I want to do a few videos which aren't mini disc related. This is my beloved Nexus 4, which basically sits on my desk on a Qi charger and is my, what do I call it? My off the grid phone. If I want to go out for a walk or a coffee and don't want to be contactable, it doesn't normally have a SIM card in it. But it has got a SIM card in it at the moment, just one from giffgaff that somebody sent me, but I don't really like them. But the problem is my normal phone, my Google Pixel 3a, keeps cutting me off in the middle of a conversation, and it used to do it in my original Pixel, so I think it's either the SIM card or the network. So I've got about 20 minutes to repair this phone. Don't know whether you can see there. Let's get some light on the subject. There you go, it's separating out there. Now I've seen this on a few phones. This one I've actually changed the battery on before. But what happens is it's sitting on a Qi charger all the time and that makes it a bit hot. So I don't know whether it's the constant charging or the heat, the extra heat that causes the battery to fail. And the battery's got to be a good few years old anyway. And what I did was I ordered one of these off of with the same supplier as I used before, which is a replacement battery, but I can't remember how to do it. But that battery was manufactured 2 years ago now, over 2 years ago, so that's probably not got long a life on it, but I think it was about £7. But it included all the tools. Now I can pick up a second-hand phone which would do me for this job for about £70, but I thought what I'd do is just quickly replace this before I nip off and do the school run. And that way, if my other phone isn't working, I've got a temporary SIM card which I can use. Look at these picks, these plectrums here. Lovely design on them. So I think first thing we've got to do, now I literally just decided to do this, grabbed my microphone and started filming. So take the SIM card out. Get your picks there which come with the battery. Run it all the way down the side. That's broken a little bit there. I've said in a couple of my recent videos, it's really hard, and in some comments, it's really hard to do a repair video or anything that's technical or fiddly while you're recording it, because it's just, your mind is in two places at once, and us men can't do that sort of thing. Now, if you're doing this sort of repair yourself, you have to be careful. First of all, watch a YouTube video about it. But you've got to be careful that you do not pierce the battery, because the battery, you might have seen of people who say your phone has exploded. I'll just turn it on there. But the phone doesn't explode, but the battery gets pierced or gets bent, so the positive and negative inside, the chemicals inside basically release all their energy in a few seconds, and it causes a fire basically. So you've got to be real careful that you don't use anything sharp to get into it. Now these things are designed to open up phones. You see it's already broken. This is supposed to be softer than the plastic you're working on. I use them a lot for the repairs I do for work as a freelance mobile tech support person. If I'm taking laptop bezels off and stuff like that, or even taking tablets to pieces. So they're sort of disposable, these things. But I don't really care too much about this phone. I've had it since new, so it's probably about 5 years since I first bought this. Sorry about that. It's a bit tricky to get this off. And I think the secret is, if it feels like you've got to force it, you're probably doing it wrong. Let's just turn that off. Now there's something caught on there. It might be just one of these clips. If this wasn't mine, I'd be taking a lot more care over it. There we go. So there's the Qi charging receiver, very thin, and those are the pads that connect it to those contacts there. So the power is essentially magnetic, and it induces a voltage in this coil that travels through there and charges the battery. And that part there is, I think that's the vibration, the rumbler. So here's the battery. Now I can't remember what the heck I've got to do to replace this. Now that contact there, is there one in there? I'm just going to zoom in a bit. Yeah, so it's in there, I think. Can you see that? Just point with something. Just in there. See that gold or yellow part there? This is why you should really get a video on YouTube of someone who knows what they're doing, basically, before you start this sort of stuff. So they've supplied some tiny screwdrivers. So my guess is, to get it out, I've got to take this off here. What's the worst that could happen? Let's give it a go. If I was a proper YouTuber, I'd be inserting some incidental music in here. Just sing along to for yourself for a little while. Really don't know whether I'm doing this properly. Yeah, I remember it was stuck on. I think I've got to get under there. Under that part, sorry, you can't see it, can you? Yep, that felt as if I'd... you're probably screaming at the screen saying, you missed one, you missed one. But that felt like it wasn't right. And that, when I'm doing all my work, you've got to have a feel for it. If it feels like something's wrong, then don't force it. There we go. All those screws are the same size, so I don't have to worry about them. There we go. So I don't think I need to undo that. Now that there is just a little clip, I think. There we go, a little clip. This is where you don't use a metal pry tool because that's likely to bend or break the battery. So this is my Nexus 5. I actually had a Nexus 4 that had this problem. I used to keep that on Qi charge all the time. And the Nexus 4 had a glass back. So there's the sticky tape that's holding it in. I don't need to replace that. Yeah, the Nexus 4 had a glass back and a glass front, obviously. And when the battery expanded, if your battery expands, replace it. Basically, it's not safe anymore. I put my Nexus 4 out in the garden because it was in quite a state. And if it had caught fire, then it wouldn't have affected anything. So I've just got to push this back down again now, which is not so easy, especially when the camera's in the way. There we go. And I think that's going to do it. So I'm just going to grab a micro USB charging cable. Plug it in and see whether it gives us any battery charging status. There we go. So the battery does have some charge. So that, once all this is put back on, is a job done. So if you want to breathe life into your old Nexus 5, that's all it takes. Now I have done it once before, so it was easier to get the glue off and everything else that was holding the battery in. Not good for my back leaning like this. Now 2020 is the year when I'm going to get organised for my whole life basically. Cut out all the stuff I don't enjoy using. There's my alarm to go pick up my daughter. Sorry about that. And unfortunately I had an Amazon affiliate account and it was cancelled by Amazon because I'd made a few errors in how I was marketing things. So I'm going to be sorting that out soon. And one of the things I've got to look into is, can I put a link to various products on the YouTube channel? The Amazon affiliate account, you're supposed to only advertise on your website, that's what it says. But I think that extends to YouTube, so I've got to look that in. But one thing I am doing is I've listed a load of computer parts on eBay, which is just getting out, I'm having to clear out of my office. And next in line is to list some of my mini disc stuff. So if you've come to my channel looking for mini discs videos, then you might want to have a look at Carting Coal on eBay, which is my eBay account, and see if there's anything on there you want to treat yourself to. And since I'm going to put this video up quite quickly, I just want to thank you all. I've got 69 subscribers now, which is, I didn't know how many I'd get, and it's a really good community, so thanks to all the people who are making comments. It really does make a difference. I'm working really hard on my business and family and everything else this year, so I haven't done as many videos as I would like, but I do appreciate you watching and staying subscribed. So that's going down to the recycling centre. These will get reused in my office. And there we have, hopefully, let's put the SIM card back in. So I do intend to do a few non-mini disc videos. That was the original plan actually of the channel, not to just do mini disc. But that's my passion at the moment. So I'll try and do it in playlists, so you can just subscribe, you just watch out for the playlist you particularly like. So let's see if it works. Let's turn that light off so we won't get so much reflection. That all looks absolutely fine, doesn't it? Brilliant, thanks for watching. Check the links and stuff in the description for ways to help the channel. Thanks very much, see you soon, bye.